I think Paul's legacy at SNHU is he has been able to put education on the map in a way that is so different. Every year, we are changing and growing.
Every decision that has been made has been about the students first.
He knows so many people here, employees, by name.
He always has that ability to connect with you, and the connection is genuine.
He has a vision for where he thinks the world should be, and innovation is what drives that vision.
Just this amazing ability to tell the story of SNHU.
He radiates joy and such love and warmth for this place.
He has made a mark on everything here.
And I'll include myself in that. Paul has had a major impact on who I am and who I am as a leader in my life.
I'm Paul LeBlanc.
I'm Paul LeBlanc.
I'm the president of Southern New Hampshire University.
I first met Paul, I think it was probably his first day.
I was a student.
There were frequent Paul sightings in coffee shops, cafeterias.
So Paul would constantly come have lunch every day with the faculty.
And he just sort of walked up to us and sat right down with us. We're just like, this is the new president, he's chatting with us. What do we say, what do we not say?
And then he said, well, so what can I do for you people today? And Betsy jumped all over and said, we were just talking about needing a new computer. It's a little expensive, but we really want you, would you really do this for us? He was kind of caught off guard, and he looked and he goes, well, yeah, okay, fine, I'll do it. And about 3 weeks later, we got the computer.
And it was so cool because he was just so down to earth.
I had my first child, and I remember getting this package in the mail from Paul LeBlanc, and it's a children's book, and it says, Go the F to Sleep was the title of it.
So when we opened the new library, I went to the ribbon cutting, and there's a beautiful fireplace, and I thought it would be great if I tested to see if the glass was hot. And it was. From the balcony above the cafe, I hear, is that hot, Kyle? And I look up and it's Paul. I wanted to die, but fortunately, as only Paul can do, he took it in stride and laughed it off.
He had tickets to the Boston Pops and he couldn't go, so he offered me the tickets, and I just remember thinking like how generous.
Paul stopped me in the dining hall and said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but so-and-so is getting married in 2 weeks and they don't have enough money to pick up their wedding dress. So can you please do what you can to put a loan through and float them the money through payroll so they can pick up their wedding dress? That doesn't happen in corporate America.
Day after day, I get to work with people like you, with young people who have optimism about the future. And yes, the times feel tough, but that's when the best people step up. Greatness is not born of ease, it's born of challenge.
When people ask me about what I found when I arrived 21 years ago, 2003, you know, it's tempting to sort of say and recite the things that were either broken or not great. But what I found was pretty amazing stuff. The thing I heard from everybody was in the search process, actually, before I arrived, when I was going through the search process. Everybody said, we want to be better. And that's hard to find in higher ed.
It's easy to forget that earning a college degree is not typical. Only 6.7% of all people have a college degree.
There is nothing about this institution that looks or feels the same.
I think we had less than 11,000 students all in.
In this graduating class, all 50 states are represented. 71 nations are represented.
There are major transformations on campus. Just unbelievable. Buildings changing, new areas.
Because he created new things. He wasn't satisfied with a college just offering college campus classes in the same way and in the same format.
There are very few people in this room who have had things handed to them.
He was a mover and a shaker, and someone who set up Southern New Hampshire University for success for a long time.
When organizations grow like that, usually they outgrow the leader. And Paul has found a way to grow with it.
Our students, you all, look a lot like me in terms of our backgrounds. No one's handing it to you. No one's entitled.
SNHU was just the exact right place for him to not only bring his vision, but his heart, and bringing those two things together.
When you receive your diploma today, you signify a higher level of learning.
What makes Paul so great at telling SNHU's story is that he lived it.
If you are, as I am, in the first generation of your family to get an undergraduate degree, stand.
how he has brought his own story as a first-generation college student and used that to propel and fuel our mission of transforming lives at scale. He actually understands what it means to have a college education, have access to one, and he draws on a really deep reservoir of experience.
We have graduates here who are willing to work 3 part-time jobs on evenings and weekends and patch together a living so that they could stay focused on their families and their education.
I think that's the impact, because people see that and people are like, well, yeah, I can do that too, and I want to do that.
I think what I have learned most from Paul is to keep the people at the center of everything you do.
It doesn't matter if you're one of his direct reports or you're a groundskeeper, he always has that ability to connect with you.
Showing up at student events by interacting with the student government.
He always asks how my kids are doing.
He would come to our barbecues and really thank staff for what they do.
Recognizing my value, which gave me so much confidence, and knowing that I could be me because he was himself.
It is a gift to do work that feels like your calling. And I feel like I've been given a treasure chest. But in the 21 years, I've learned the power of an organization and have actually fallen in love with this one. There actually can be places where remarkable impacts get made. It's where I found community, calling, family. One doesn't choose their legacy, and when you think about the question, what do you want to be remembered for in your role, my role here for 21 years, it reflects how deeply impactful this place has been on my heart. And the people who I get to spend time with, how impactful they have been in my life and on my heart. So what I leave with is not an intellectual assessment of my 21 years. What I leave with is just a very full heart for this work.